going to die already?
No, of course not. You know, people do not die right away, especially if you fight really hard to your own battle. And of course, you should always have the courage to live.
But why can't we just live forever? I hope we can live as long as we want.
Do you want me to tell you a story? It is about a person who never ages. He lived for millions of years. But before that, let me tell you something. Do you know that there was a theory about humans' origin?
Really?
Yeah,
Tell me about it.
okay. Well, according to the famous geologist named Charles Darwin, humans came from apes. There were once called hominid, Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Homo neanderthals, and we, in the present, is called Homo sapiens.
Really? But how come we became like this?
It is because of another theory called natural selection. It is said that apes evolved over decades and centuries for their survival and adaptation. Do you understand it now? Okay, let's go back to the story about a person who lived very, very long time ago. Long time ago, there was a nameless hominid. So let's name him Tony. He was somehow a bipedal. He has expanded brain, a large body, narrower limb proportion, reduced size of cheek and teeth. In short, he looked exactly like an ape. Tony was a very cheerful creature and he loves playing near the river. Until one day, a big meteor entered the earth and damaged a big part of the planet. It wiped out almost all of the creatures, including Tony. He fell into the river and he died. A moment after, heavy typhoon started that caused thunderstorm and lightning. A part of lightning struck Tony's heart. He miraculously came back to life, but he stopped aging. After that, he promised to himself that he will keep everything that happened to him as a secret. He continued his life peacefully, and while living, he started to discover things. His way of living was very hard because he was an ignorant creature who has no idea about anything back then. Many decades passed, he became Homo habilis, also known as handyman. His brain became slightly larger, but he still retained his ape-like structure. He still has a long arms and a moderately pragmatic face. He was called a handyman because he was the one who used stones as a tool for his own benefit. And although he knows how to use stones, he still lived on a tree. Decades had passed, he evolved into Homo erectus. At this moment, he started to walk straight. He was the first ever known to possess human-like structure of the body, with long legs and shorter arms compared to the first hominid. He also started to live on the ground. His brain became larger than before. He discovered hunting, and from being a herbivore, he started to eat meat as well. He also discovered the fire. He lived as a Homo erectus for a very long time, until he evolved again into Homo neanderthalensis. He somehow looked the same when he was Homo erectus. He still walks straight and has a big cranium. He discovered how to use animal skin and fur as clothing for winter. That time, he started to navigate from different places. He met other Homo neanderthals and started to care for other fellow creatures. One day, he met a nameless Homo neanderthal, so let's name him Molly. Molly became his friend. They hunt together, play together, and sleep together. Until one day, when Molly went to forest alone to hunt, he fought with a wild wolf. Unfortunately, he wasn't a skilled hunter, so he ended up dead. When Tony saw Molly's dead body, he couldn't help but cry. He thought that maybe if he buried Molly, his body would be forever preserved underneath. He then started the burial tradition. Centuries have passed. He became a Homo sapiens. He evolved into a complete human-like appearance. His large brain developed knowledge, especially in agriculture. He started to modify the environment and use the resources properly. He learned how to farm and take care of animals. He also learned how to settle in one place. At this time, villages and towns were built. Tony, together with the other Homo sapiens, developed symbols and languages as a form of communication. As years passed by, more and more knowledge were acquired by this species. They started studying sciences, numbers, humanities, and politics. Tony became even more intelligent than before. He witnessed all the changes and evolution occurred in a very, very long time. He's alive and been living until now.
Really? Tony's still alive? Really? Continue to the story, please. Okay, here we go. Yay! One day...
Hello? When will be my next surgery? Okay.
This beautiful life.
Someone pass out! Help! Help! Wait, don't touch it. Please call an ambulance now. He's still breathing. Yes, someone passed out here in the park. Thank you.
Okay, so after the accident, Tony was moved to the hospital. And then, there, he met again the lady doctor. You awake?
Wow, you're a doctor.
And you're injured. Nurse, check his blood pressure.
(120/80, Doc).
You were hit by a car and were unconscious for 2 hours. Your left foot is injured, so you won't be able to walk for 3 days. You better rest for a couple of days here before it healed perfectly. So I'll leave you now and let you rest.
Wait, before you go, can I know you?
I'm Sheena de Guzman. And they live happily ever after. Am I right? Yes, of course. Yay!
Wait lang, wait lang. Action! Until one day, when Molly went to the forest alone to